Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. There are many trades happening and surprising fans of all NBA teams, and more trades could happen. And the Lakers could surprise if the giant Karl-Anthony Towns is available for trade. Trade suggestion: Lakers forming the best defensive trio in the NBA if they can sign Karl-Anthony Towns. The Los Angeles Lakers needed a center who could help them in the first round against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Instead, they were stuck with Jackson Hayes as their starter. Hayes just wasn't good enough to stop the Wolves from driving into the paint at will. He wasn't a good enough rebounder to keep Rudy Gobert off the glass either. This summer, the Lakers will be looking around to find a center who can better fit their team. Ideally, they get a center that can defend the rim and grab a ton of rebounds. Los Angeles has been linked to a center who plays for one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference if they decide to make a massive splash. Bleacher Report has linked Karl-Anthony Towns in what would be a blockbuster offseason trade. Towns just spent his first year in New York with the Knicks and played pretty well. Towns was one of the offensive forces for the Knicks in the playoffs, helping them reach the Eastern Conference Finals. They eventually fell to the Indiana Pacers in 6 games. The only reason why the Knicks would look to trade Towns is that they are about to have a new coach. Perhaps that coach has a different philosophy, so they might have to look at moving him. If the Lakers were to make a trade for Towns, it would be the only trade they'd be able to make this summer. A trade for him would take all of their future assets up because of Towns' massive contract. Towns is not the kind of player that the Lakers need. They don't need more scorers, they need more defense. They have plenty of offense between LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and Austin Reeves. Adding Towns doesn't improve the Lakers enough on the defensive end of the court. They need a center who can protect the rim, grab rebounds, and catch lobs from Doncic. In his first season with the Knicks, Towns averaged 24.4 points, 12.8 rebounds, and 3.1 assists per game. Rob Pelinka: Lakers will be super active on trade and free agent markets. Los Angeles Lakers president of basketball operations and general manager Rob Pelinka is currently under a lot of pressure heading into the start of free agency, needing to make significant moves to improve the roster. The Lakers are hoping to sign Luka Doncic to a contract extension when he is eligible in August, but first they must put together a roster that is capable of competing for a championship to get the Slovenian superstar to sign on the dotted line. It's no secret that the Lakers need to address the center position, and Pelinka said that will be a priority going into free agency, as seen on Spectrum Sportsnet. Coming off the draft, we'll be digging deep in meetings upstairs just prepping for free agency. As I said at the end of the year, we know one of the things we have to address is the center position, and that's clearly going to be one of our focuses as we begin the free agency period. And that's right around the corner, so we're just looking forward to putting in the hard work and making sure we take care of all the needs on the roster to give JJ the tools he needs for this team to be great next season. Pelinka added that the team will also be active on the trade market given their limited spending power in free agency. Super active. We're gonna turn over every stone, and whatever resources the collective bargaining agreement gives us, we're gonna use to the utmost. That's what we gotta do. We have a couple players with player options, so we'll get those decisions in just a handful of days, and at that point we'll know the tools that we have to go out into free agency and fill out the roster. But with the draft ending tonight, the work for that has already begun, but the draft focus will now shift to free agency, and we won't rest until we get it right. The Lakers will likely have a taxpayer mid-level exception to use in free agency, with them already being linked to centers like Clint Capella and Brook Lopez. If they want a more long-term answer in the frontcourt though, then they may need to look to the trade market. They are also said to be interested in adding more depth on the wing, so Pelinka clearly still has a lot left on his offseason to-do list. Lakers sign Angel Reese's brother in key move after NBA draft. The Los Angeles Lakers continued their fun undrafted free agent class with one more signing. They've already got Villanova's Eric Dixon, the #1 scorer in the country. They've got RJ Davis, who scored 2,700 points at North Carolina. They've got Augustas Marciulionis, the son of a Hall of Famer. And now, signed to a summer league contract, they've added Julian Reese, the brother of WNBA star Angel Reese. The move was announced on X by Julian's mother, also named Angel. Julian is a 6'9", 230-pound power forward. He spent 4 college seasons at Maryland, putting together 2 strong campaigns as a junior and senior. Across the final 2 seasons of his college career, Julian averaged 13.5 points, 9.2 rebounds, 1.7 blocks, 1.3 assists and 1.1 steals per game. He shot 55.1% from the floor in that span. One main knock on Julian is his shooting. He didn't attempt a single three-pointer in his final 3 seasons at Maryland. The Lakers are looking for size, though, so this will be a chance for Julian to show up at Summer League, play well, and potentially earn an invite to training camp and beyond. He's not the highly regarded prospect like his sister Angel, who was the number 7 pick in the 2024 WNBA draft and is a well-known star for the Chicago Sky with some of the best early career rebounding numbers in league history. But this is Julian's chance to make it in the NBA, and he'll get to put on a Lakers jersey to try and make his mark. Lakers signed 2-time WCC Player of the Year, son of former Warriors star after NBA draft. The Los Angeles Lakers used their lone draft pick, number 36 overall, to select Arkansas star forward Adou Thiero. After the festivities ended on Thursday night, the organization elected to sign a 2-time WCC Player of the Year and the son of a former Golden State Warriors star. St. Mary's PG Augustus Marsoulianis will agree to an Exhibit 10 deal with the LA Lakers, ESPN's Jonathan Givony reported. The 2-time WCC Player of the Year missed the pre-draft process with a foot injury but will be healthy in late July. Son of Hall of Famer Sarunas Marsoulianis. Marsoulianis, whose father flourished with the Warriors in the late 90s, had a solid career at St. Mary's. The Vilnius, Lithuanian native not only blossomed into a well-rounded point guard who always plays off 2 feet and under control, but also refused to let the Gales miss the NCAA tournament during his 4. Marsoulianis averaged 14.2 points, 5.9 assists, and 1.3 steals per game as a senior, shooting 44.6% from the field and 34.7% from deep on a St. Mary's squad that reached the round of 32. For his career, the 23-year-old contributed 8.9 points, 3.7 assists, and 1.0 steals nightly, finishing with a 42.3% field shooting percentage and a 30.4% three-point shooting percentage. By signing an Exhibit 10 contract, a 1-year minimum salary agreement that isn't guaranteed, Lakers the favorites to land $109 million x-1 pick in major NBA trade. The Los Angeles Lakers face salary cap challenges heading into NBA free agency, which could prompt the front office to turn to the trade market. Los Angeles is only expected to have the taxpayer exception to use in free agency, with any remaining signings likely being veterans who are willing to play for less money alongside LeBron James and Luka Doncic. It remains to be seen what could be behind door number 2 if the Lakers make a push in the trade market. There at least appears to be some buzz in Vegas that the Lakers could look to bring a former number 1 pick to Hollywood. The Lakers are the favorites to trade for Miami Heat star Andrew Wiggins in the betting odds, per Bovada. Los Angeles is listed at plus 185 to land Wiggins if Miami opts to deal the guard. The Lakers checked in with Miami on what they're looking for in return for Andrew Wiggins. Other contenders for Wiggins in the odds are the Toronto Raptors, plus 300, Phoenix Suns, plus 375, and a possible return to the Golden State Warriors, plus 400. These odds are listed with a caveat on if the Heat trade the guard rather than retaining Wiggins. Let's dive into the potential blockbuster trade for the Lakers. Underscore 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 underscore. LeBron James nearly played with Andrew Wiggins on the Cavaliers in 2014. There is an interesting subplot here, as LeBron James re-signed with the Cleveland Cavaliers during the same 2014 offseason that the franchise selected Wiggins with the number 1 overall pick in the NBA draft. The two players were never teammates as the Cavs traded Wiggins to the Minnesota Timberwolves as part of a deal for Kevin Love prior to the season starting. The Cavaliers opted to surround James with a more established veteran than a rookie like Wiggins. Fast forward to 2025, Wiggins still has 2 seasons remaining on a 4-year, $109 million contract. The former number 1 pick has a player option for the 2026-27 season that would allow him to be a free agent as soon as next offseason. James and Wiggins could soon finally be teammates if the latest NBA rumors are true. Underscore 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 underscore. Lakers rumors: LA is moving forward with trade talks for Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins was rumored to be involved in the Heat's potential trade packages for Kevin Durant. Ultimately, the Phoenix Suns dealt Durant to the Miami Heat, and it remains unclear what Miami will do with Wiggins. Clutch Points insider Anthony Irwin reported there have been preliminary discussions between the Lakers and Heat about a potential trade for Wiggins. The Miami Heat reportedly like Rui Hachimura and could also potentially push for Dalton Knecht in a possible Andrew Wiggins trade. League sources believe Miami would push for Dalton Knecht in the trade, as the Lakers may not want to trade their 2031 or 32. The Los Angeles Lakers and Miami Heat have maintained further negotiations on a trade involving Andrew Wiggins, according to sources with knowledge of the situation. Speaking on the condition of anonymity, Irwin wrote in a June 25 story titled, Sources, Lakers, Heat moving forward with Andrew Wiggins trade talks. The Heat would be looking to land Rui Hachimura and his expiring contract, plus further expiring money to match salaries. After reporting the Lakers checked in with the Heat about Wiggins' price, sources tell Clutch Points that trade talks have advanced to the next step, though nothing is considered imminent as of right now. Clutch Points' Brett Siegel previously reported Miami has made Wiggins very available so far this summer and has maintained that stance. The Heat landed Wiggins prior to the trade deadline in a 4-team deal with the Golden State Warriors. Wiggins averaged 19 points, 4.2 rebounds, and 3.3 assists per game while shooting 36% from long range during 17 appearances with Miami in 2025. Lakers could cut ties with Austin Reaves via trade to Mavericks after declining offer. Austin Reaves reportedly rejected the Los Angeles Lakers' $89.2 million contract offer this week, allowing him to potentially sign an extension worth $246.7 million with the Lakers next summer. However, Heavy's Jonathan Vankin thinks Los Angeles could soon end their tenure with the improved fourth-year contributor by trading him to the Dallas Mavericks. Would the Lakers once again attempt to extract a star player from the Mavs, after the instantly infamous Doncic deal? Vankin wrote Thursday. The Mavericks this week signed center Daniel Gafford to a 3-year, $54 million extension, a contract that allows Gafford to be traded. With 8-time All-Star guard Kyrie Irving expected to miss all, or at least most, of the upcoming season with knee surgery, Dallas needs a shooting guard, Reaves, to take his place and to help get the ball to number 1 overall draft pick Cooper Flagg. Reaves did everything right with the Lakers before the postseason. The Oklahoma product proved he could handle an expanded offensive role with Los Angeles in year 4, averaging 20 points per contest on 46% field goal shooting and 37.7% three-point shooting as a poised 6'5" guard. However, when the pressure intensified in the playoffs, the Lakers were the number 3 seed in the Western Conference. Reaves' clutch shot-making alongside Luka Doncic and LeBron James didn't stand out. Contributing 16.2 points on 41.1% shooting from the field and 31.9% shooting from deep will rarely suffice as a top 3 scoring option, which Reaves found out the hard way against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Trading the NBA Cup champion would likely get labeled a controversial move, but it's a legitimate possibility this summer with the franchise searching for a starting caliber frontcourt stud.